I've been in the world of manifestation and law of attraction since I was 13 years old, so that was 11 years ago. I've manifested an incredible apartment in New York City, I've manifested my dream job, but one of the things that I haven't shared yet is how I manifested my relationship and how I attracted my wonderful partner. I think out of all the things that I've manifested, this was the one thing that I had the most doubts about, because I think, I don't know, just thinking about opportunities or something job related, material, possessions like an apartment, for me it was almost like a very obvious thing. Yeah, of course I can make it happen. But then when it comes to a relationship and a person, like a living, breathing person, I mean, hopefully you want to attract a living, breathing partner, it seemed so difficult and I had so many doubts, but nevertheless, I stayed true to the process and it happened. First things first, this is my manifestation book. It is huge. I think it's A3. The reason I have such a big manifestation book is because I started this in 2018 and I wanted to have a big journal of sorts where I could have my vision boards, I could have my bucket list, a place for me to journal what I want to create. So this is purely a manifestation and law of attraction book. The reason I got it so big is because I was thinking about this TV show that I used to watch as a kid. It was about these three good witches. I don't remember the name of it. And they had this really big book of magic, right? And for me, the idea of manifestation has always been linked to magic and something so joyful. So I decided to get a really big manifestation book. Now, I'm not going to show you what's inside because that is for me and my eyes only. But this is also where I wrote my manifestation list for the partner that I wanted to attract. This list was put onto paper in March of 2019, which was almost 3 years ago. And when it comes to manifesting anything, you have to put it on paper and journal about it, write about it in the present tense. That is the key, writing it in the present tense. So here I have big bold letters that say my wonderful partner. And then I have a lot of bullet points, written in different colors of what my partner was like. So I wrote everything from the qualities that he possesses to the values that we share, the vision that we have for our life, what our life looks like, what we do, our communication, how I feel when I'm with that person, how we feel in the relationship. I really went into detail. I wrote a lot of things. I was super specific, and that felt terrifying because out of all the things that I have manifested, this relationship or this partner seemed like the scariest thing of all. Almost like I was building a character in Sims and, just creating this person out of nowhere, and then they're just going to drop down from the sky and it's going to be my partner. You really need to overcome those mental blocks of, maybe I don't deserve, or okay, if they're so incredible, there's no way, they're gonna be with me, doubting that the universe and life can provide. You really have to have faith that it is possible for you to have what it is that you want. You can have the things that you desire. So get super specific and write it down all on paper. Now, after this step was over, here comes the action part, because law of attraction is truly a law of action. It is not about just sitting on your couch with your eyes closed and hoping that a partner is going to knock on your door. You're gonna open the door and say, "Oh my God, I think you're the person I've been manifesting. You're the person I've been looking for." You need to put in the work. And so I decided to put in the work, and in the summer of 2019, I started going on some dates. I signed up for dating apps. I hate dating apps. I've always hated dating apps, but for some reason I figured, let me just try it out. I went on some dates during that summer, but nothing really clicked. I met some people through events. I went on a couple of dates with those people as well, but something didn't fully feel right. They were great people, but again, if I looked at my manifestation list and the people, I went on dates with and I was seeing, the list matched up like 40 or 50%. And this is where your self-doubt kicks in. And this is a very important thing that I want to mention, because so far, a lot of the videos that I see online about manifesting, a relationship or manifesting different things, they don't talk about this, and it is crucial. You are going to be tested. before the universe delivers you what it is that you want, you are going to go through a couple of tests. The only thing you have to ask yourself and to remember is, are you going to pass the tests, or you are going to just say, all right, maybe it's just something I should accept, and I can't have, my 100% match to what I desire, so I'll just settle for the 40 or 50% match. I was seeing these people that were like 40 or 50% a match, and I was thinking, maybe, I should settle, like maybe actually this is good, maybe with the manifestation list, I'm asking for too much. I had all these questions, all these doubts. Then my dating kind of came to a halt because I decided to move from New York City to Europe. And then in springtime of 2020, I started seeing some people. I connected with some people, I went on some dates, but again, it wasn't a 100% match, right? However, I was getting closer. The people that I was seeing maybe were around 60, like 70% a match. I would kind of look through my list sometimes. I wouldn't look at it every single day. Like I would look at it maybe once or twice in a month, but I would look at the list and think, again, am I asking too much? A couple of people that I was seeing with, things didn't work out and I was really sad. But I remember talking to my best friend at the time and I said, when things are meant to be, things are meant to be. So if things are not working out with these people currently, it means that this is not a relationship for me. Even though it was not nice and it was a shitty process, so to say, I just kept my faith that something is gonna happen. I was still on the dating app. I was swiping left and right and I hated it. I was like, you know what? I just wanna go off these bloody apps. I am so done with it. And I'm thinking, you know what? There's no way I am going to meet somebody through a dating app. There's just no way. So I decided I'm going to delete it. And right before deleting it, I still went to the home page and there was this guy on the home feed. And I looked through the profile and I was thinking, oh, yeah, it's nothing really special. And I put my finger and I was just about to swipe no when I had this thought in my head. I said, yeah, but like, what do I have to lose? I mean, whatever, just one last swipe. And I swiped to the right, we matched. His name was Aaron and he sent me a message. We started talking, we hit it off really nicely, immediately. And 2 days later, I believe we went on our first date. And 1.5 years later, here we are in a relationship, in a very wonderful and healthy relationship. I mean, this is honestly crazy for me to think that I was just about to delete the app and he was like my one final match. Now, one of the most important things when it comes to manifesting a relationship is, of course, going through the different tests, right? So before I met my partner, I went on a lot of dates. Some were shitty, some were better. With every single date that I went on, it felt like my list went closer and closer to 100. So it went from 30% to 40% to 50 to 60. And every single time I was getting closer to manifesting the person that is in this book, right? Now, it came with its own challenges because with every single test, there was some kind of a skill that I was being taught to learn. One of the biggest things was about communication and expressing my needs, saying, I am wanting a committed relationship and not just going with the flow with the other person and thinking, yeah, I'm not really gonna tell them that I want a relationship because what if they say, yeah, that's not what I'm looking for? Well, that's the reason why you should express your needs, because you want those needs of you and the other person to match, right? If you're wanting a relationship and the other person is not wanting a relationship, wonderful, you can go our own separate ways. But for me, it's almost like I was scared to bring that up because I was thinking, okay, but if that person doesn't want a relationship, then it's gonna be such a shame and I'm not gonna find anybody else. Like really just a lot of self-doubt. So with every single date, with every single person, I was getting closer and closer to like the 100% match. And it was scary and I thought it wasn't getting me anywhere. But now in hindsight, when I look, I see just how with every date and with every person, I was being challenged to step more and more into my self-worth and to not settle for anything less than what was on my list. Now, was my partner a 100% match when I met him? No. However, he was at about 93-94%. And this is really where your intuition has to come and your trust in yourself to see, all right, are these things, the last 7%, something that the both people, me and my partner, could grow into? Is this something that we could negotiate on, or, you know, am I totally fine with it being 93%? And I can tell you that on day one when we met, the list was, let's say, 90% the match. But right now, after a year and a half, the list is like 96, 97% a match. And it really comes to doing the work. If you are very sporty and you're like, oh my God, I love sports, you know, with my partner, I want to go and like work out and do all these active things, and your partner at the time that you meet them is not interested in that at all, you have to talk about it and say, hey, like, you know, I really would enjoy going on some runs with you, or even hiking, doing something active. I know it's not something you are doing and you're not interested in, but would you be open to that? And then you can see where that goes. This was one of the things that I had with my partner. He, you know, wasn't into sports, nothing really active. But in the last year and a half, we've both built a habit, and it was something that he wanted to work on his fitness and being more active, that now we will go on walks, we will go running, we will go to the gym. And really that was like the 1% more that brought him closer to it being a match. I highly suggest you get yourself a manifestation book that makes it feel very mystical and magical and beautiful. And, you know, from manifesting opportunities and jobs to apartments and just so many different things throughout my life, and feeling doubtful about manifesting the type of relationship that I wanted to be in, I am still kind of shook that it actually happened. And I am super grateful for all the tests that I've successfully passed along the way. So thank you so much for watching this. I really hope it was helpful. Go out there, be specific, write down a big, beautiful list of what you want in your relationship. And I promise you, it is absolutely possible. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video.